Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So the other day, one of my friends asked me a very interesting question. So he was like, Bosco, can you provide me with some tips to help me stop my addiction of scrolling through YouTube? Because I really want to improve myself and actually, do productive work. But it's just so hard because when I open my computer, there's just so much distractions and I'm just so tempted to click on the videos and stuff. So friend, if you're watching right now, this video is for you and also for everyone else who's watching who wants to overcome instant gratification. So enjoy the video. So here are the 3 key strategies that help me overcome instant gratification. So number 1 is finding your purpose. So I know this is a very controversial statement because some people say, oh, in life you can't find your purpose. But after reading this amazing book, The Way of the Superior Man by David Data, recommended to anyone who wants to learn more about life, really the deeper meaning of life. So a bit of a little warning first. This book is The Way of the Superior Man is mainly shaped around masculine ideologies. So just note that some of these may not apply to you. So what David Data states in the book is actually you should be willing to change your life, right? So a man must be prepared to give 100% to his purpose, fulfill his karma or dissolve it, and then let go of that specific form of living. He must be capable of not knowing what to do with his life, entering a period of unknowingness and waiting for a vision or a new form of purpose to emerge. These cycles of strong specific action followed by periods of not knowing what the hell is going on are natural for a man who is shedding layers of karma in his relaxation to the truth. So basically what David Data wants to talk about in that chapter, which is, fun fact, chapter 30, is that our lives is filled with many layers of purpose. So the outer layer is basically the purposes that are probably influenced by our culture. So for example, maybe your parents want you to go to school, so then one of your outer layers will probably be school, right? Or maybe you want to be a fireman when you were younger, so then one of your outer layers were firemen. So after you actually peel off these layers of purpose, you start to kind of shift into the deeper of your purposes. So basically what you want to do is try out different things, right? So challenge yourself, go to the edge of yourself and really just try out what really works for you, right? Give yourself challenges, try not to be comfortable so many times and just actually have something to be focused on, right? So no matter if it's like a business project or if you're working on something, just try to be 100% aligned with your purpose and really have a purpose first. And I know this may sound kind of like, oh, how is this going to relate to instant gratification? But just trust me, try and find your purpose. So try and sit down every day for 10 minutes and just think about your purpose and really get this purpose sorted out, at least the outer layer of your purpose. So at least you have something to aim for, which will help you later on in the following 2 steps, which I'll provide to you. All right. So let's just say after 2 days, right? 2 days of thinking, you come back to this video and you're like, oh, Bosco, I still can't find my purpose. Okay, no worries, right? It's a very challenging thing that you really have to really deeply think of, and really, if you have spent enough time knowing yourself, then you probably know your purpose. But for now, what you can do is basically provide value to other people. So for example, maybe you can help someone open the door, or maybe help someone provide value to their lives. So what you can do is maybe if you're in school, then probably tutor someone or help someone to do something, or at least just make someone's day, right? Because at the end of the day, let's be honest, we're all gonna die. We're just a sacrifice, and it really depends on you if you really want to participate in the sacrifice in making a world a better place or not, right? So providing value to other people's lives, it can be a really, really good purpose at the beginning if you still can't really find your true purpose of why you want to really live and what you really want to do in the future. So tip number 2 that really helped me with overcoming my instant gratification is listed in this 4-Hour Work Week book, which is for sure one of the best books, one of the books that I've read. You can see here, these are some of the books, just on the side note, that I'm reading right now. So Diary of a CEO, Unscripted, Way of Superior Man, and obviously my Kindle. So going back to it, what Tim Ferriss mentions in his book is to really have a sticky note just somewhere, right? Saying, am I inventing something to avoid to do the important? So if I could just bring my laptop up here. So I'm just gonna go a bit closer to the camera. But you can see here, on the left hand side corner, this is my school / working laptop. So you can see I stick a sticky note here saying, am I inventing the things to avoid the important? So obviously, fun fact, I think I had that sticky note for about 3 months, so it was obviously after reading this 4-hour work week book. So every single time when you go on your computer or something, you could just look into that note and really just reflect it on yourself, right? Am I inventing something to do to avoid the importance? So this something could be maybe just checking your emails, right? Like, though that sounds kind of productive, but it is not productive at the end of the day, right? Checking emails, going on Instagram, going on YouTube, just in general, something that's not aligned with your purpose or a mission of yours that you are currently pursuing. So another way to create the sense of urgency is having a countdown of how many days you have. For example, you graduate high school, which is in my case. So I know I've mentioned this too many times in my previous videos, but it's because I feel like it's really, really effective, and anyone who really haven't implemented this should really do it because it really creates a sense of urgency, and I feel like it's really working for myself. So if we switch over to the camera, all right, so you guys can see that this is my room. So as you can see there, 996 days left. Every single day at night, I'll basically change the day one less. So a new day when I'm either content creating like right now or when I'm doing my work, I can just look up, have a look at how many days I have, then kind of align my mindset to that because I have only 996 days left. So if I have to be really honest with you guys, it's really kind of scary sometimes to kind of have like something that creates a sense of urgency. But I personally believe that it's really something that we all really need because, in short, many of us take our time to be infinite, but in reality, it's obviously finite. So we should try and appreciate every single moment and live our lives to the fullest. So I'm going to be providing 2 more ways that I find really effective. So hopefully you have at least one of the ways which you can try and implement, and it really works for you to stop your instant gratification to a certain extent. So number 3 is kind of like defining your biggest fear, right? So in one of the books that I recently read, so it's probably one of the books up there, what the concept is basically you want to be defining your deepest fear, right? So you want to be picturing yourself after 10 years. What's going to happen if you continue down this path, right? And just constantly remind yourself this picture of what will really happen if you continue to waste your time every single day. And maybe it might be effective for you to kind of calculate the amount of time you're wasting every single day and really just multiply with the amount of days, right? So for example, maybe in 10 years, that's about 3,650 days, right? So if you multiply that in the calculator, let's say you use 2 hours every single day to play games or to do something very unproductive, that will be about 7,000 hours of wasted time. So by kind of like looking forward into the future and really picturing yourself in the bigger picture, you can kind of really set this tone to yourself, telling yourself that if you continue this path down, this is what will happen, right? This bad thing will happen. So in the future, just try and visualize this negative thought to kind of fuel your motivation to stop doing the instant gratification thing, and also to fuel your motivation to kind of achieve your goals. So you can also do it in the positive way. So you can kind of think about what will happen if you use this time to do something productive or to work on some kind of project. Like, where will you be in 10 years? And this is really a see, believe, action visualization technique taught by Iman Gadzhi in his Educate course. So one of the last tips that I have for you to kind of create this urgency is to just schedule out your entire day. So let's switch over to the computer view to have a look at my schedule so I can explain in more detail. Alright guys, so as you can see, this is my calendar. So right now I should be working on my personalization, but I'm going a bit over time as I woke up a bit late and went to the gym for a bit late. So as you can see, every single day I like to kind of like map out all of my classes. So you can see I have 4 blocks every single day. So basically I just write down all of the stuff that I have to do. And then after that, after school, basically, I have a whole lot of stuff. And you can see in my calendar, I have many of the different categories like content creation, Ecom, Educate, health, reading, reminders, school, etc., etc. So what I really like to do is to kind of like schedule out my blocks to be kind of like short, like this one, like 30-minute blocks or like 50-minute blocks. So then you can kind of create this urgency for yourself and really not give yourself too much time to do really the task. So what you can also do is try and maybe include in the middle, right? If you really have to, you just include a break time, so personal time. So maybe you can have like a 30-minute break in the middle of something, so then you can actually give yourself some time to like rewire your brain. Maybe your brain needs to relax, as not everyone's really capable of doing such long periods of work blocks. So even though you're giving yourself a break, at least you know that you're in control of your life, right? Because by following the schedule, you know that you have control over your life. You are not hooked by some kind of instant gratification or some kind of YouTube thumbnail, and you allocate your time to do this in this time and to do that in this time. So hope some of these calendaring tips really helps you, and let's get back into the video. All right, friends. So tip number 3 that I have for you is another really controversial one, but just perform 10 minutes at least of meditation every single day. So what meditation does, it can really help you rewire your brain, right? So whenever you feel like you want to have instant gratification or like watch a YouTube video, then you want to take that time to kind of meditate, to calm yourself down and really reflect on how your actions can really impact your future consequences. So typically this is probably a harder technique to master, as in the beginning I also have failed before, so it's just something that you have to really get in the habit of, right? So a habit really develops after, I believe, 21 days. So for example, if you go to the gym for 21 days straight, you can probably classify it as a habit, as many people out there classify it. So try and meditate every single day for, let's just say in day 1, you meditate for 5 minutes. That's a really big accomplishment. So personally, I meditate twice a day, once in the morning, once in the evening for 10 minutes. But just try and meditate like once 5 minutes, right? For maybe the first week. And then the second week, you can scale it up to 7 minutes. And then you can continue scaling it up till you're satisfied with the amount of meditation time, until you really master this technique. So what do you really do in meditation? I probably get this question a lot in school and with many of my friends. So what I personally do is, it's just a personal side routine. Obviously, there's so many other ways to meditate in the world, as like there's millions of ways to make millions of dollars. But what I like to do is I like to take 10 deep breaths first to kind of calm my mind down and really relax my whole entire body, so I can kind of really deeply think about everything, right? So after 10 minutes of deep breathing, and what I mean by deep breathing is really breathing like really in, so then you kind of reach your brain and really kind of reach like your genital parts. So really like really deeply breathing, which I learned something from The Way of the Superior Man, which probably I'll make a book review on, as it's an amazing book. So really deeply breathing in so you feel like your whole body is kind of like energized by this breath for 10 times. And then after that, what I like to do is I like to reflect on how my day have been, right? So for example, what major events happened, how I can use these events to like learn from my mistakes, what I really want to focus on in the day tomorrow. And basically I like to set out my calendar and really double check the stuff that I do for tomorrow and see if it's really aligned to my purpose or my mission, or basically what I'm working on. And basically at the end, what I also like to do is give yourself some verbal compliments, right? So this is something that I learned from Educate, from Iman. Basically, at the end, what you want to do is you just want to say stuff like, I am calm, right? I love meditating, like in not a sarcastic way, but actually just like saying it to yourself, so then you kind of like make yourself kind of believe it. Because I think I heard a saying of, your brain does not know what is real and what is fake, right? So that's why sometimes in your dreams, you actually feel like your dream is actually real, right? Because your brain does not know. So if you kind of like persuade your brain to believe that you are this or you are that, then basically your brain will fall for it. So then you'll be more confident and your body will be more uplifting. Have a little self-talk at the end of the meditation period before you continue to do something else. Yep. Alright guys, I know this has been a bit longer video, but I really hope that you can at least take 1 or 2 of these techniques and really just try and implement it in your life, and really come back to this video, right? And maybe in 1 month, just comment down below if you find the techniques really useful or not. And yeah, like my overall goal for these videos is to kind of like provide value to you guys, right? Like I really want to provide like actual personal experience and actually like things that are really effective, that I personally find really effective. So then you guys will also probably find effective if you are in kind of similar spots as me. So really hope you found this video effective. If you did, please consider subscribing. And if not, have a good day, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.